No more can be traded. My heart's have been spaded. I'm not too prideful to up and leave. You've been on complacent. The tides have been changing. Love is just patience, and for you.
What's up, Bookmas? Welcome or welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys my most anticipated releases of 2024. Now, I went over you guys with my rankings and rating of the ones that came out in 2023. And I told you guys we'll be discussing my 2024 releases in a separate video. So that's what we're going to do here. Now, I don't know if I ever mentioned this or said anything about how I keep track of any of the new releases that's coming out that I want to purchase. Now, some of these may be repeats of some you heard from other people's, and they just say we got the same reading taste. I guess that's what it's getting at. We got the same reading taste. So we're going to, like I said, you're going to be hearing some repeats from other people, but just stick it through with me, okay? Now, for me to keep track of my the books that I want to buy through whenever they're releasing, I cannot get a straight thought, y'all. But for me to keep a track of the books that I want to purchase when they release, I set a reminder. I have a kind of like a folder in my reminder where I kind of set the books that I want to purchase with the date or reminder date on them and all that, so that I can keep up with what book come out on what day, and it kind of reminds me on said day, and I go to the store and buy it if I haven't pre-ordered it already. Now, I thought Ruthless Vows was coming out in January, but apparently it's coming out December the 26th of this month. So that's surprising. They kind of pushed the release date up instead of back. So that's good because I'm really ready to dive into that. Now, let's go ahead and get straight into the my most anticipated book releases. Y'all, I don't know what's going on with me. My throat hurts and I can't fathom a thought. So yeah, the first book that I am most anticipated reading is The House of Flaming Shadows. I think it's named The House of Flaming Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. You guys, when I first read Crescent Cities, I just was dying for House of Sky and Breath to come out, and when it came out, I ate that book up. In the ending of that book, the ending of Sky and Breath had me ready for the next to come out, and it comes out on January the 30th, and I pre-ordered a Waterstone edition to it because one, it's gold. Like that, I know the Waterstone edition has to be beautiful because the book itself in its original form is already beautiful. So just imagine that is gonna be pretty. I just can't wait. I can't wait till they come out. I am rushing January to go ahead and speed on through so that I can get my hands on that. Now, the next book is The Catch. It is The Catch by Amy Lee. I think it's part of her influencer series where it is X's and O's and the setup, I think that's what it is. The setup is part of her influencer series. So I want to read that, although I want to purchase that, although I haven't read X's and O's yet. So hopefully by the time that comes out, we'll be on read all of those to read up to The Catch. Now, another one that I want to read is, it's kind of one that I kind of stumbled across when I was going through all of the 2024 new releases that's coming out. And y'all, I searched Goodreads, I searched TikTok, I searched BookTube, I searched everywhere to see just like so that I can get new authors and not just be reading the same authors that I normally read. I want to expand out a little bit and get more authors in. And I seen this one. It's A Legend in Baking, and it kind of made me think of like a legend in the making. A Legend in the Baking, and so cute. The cover is adorable. I absolutely love this cover. I don't know what it's about. Apparently, it's a guy that's gonna be a legend in baking. So, yeah. Now the next one is Swift and Saddled by Layla Sage. I haven't read Done and Dusted yet, but that is going to be my next read after I finish reading the book I'm reading now, which is Briarcliff Prep. I don't know why it takes so much out of me to just say Briarcliff Prep. So after I finish reading that, 9 times 10, done. This is going to be my next read, so that we can fall into um Swift and Saddled. Swift and Saddled. So I cannot wait for that. Now, the next one is by an author that I'm kind of here and there with. I haven't read her latest release. I think it was Love Wager. I haven't read that one yet, but I read Better Than the Movies. And in my brain, I was like, why did this remind me? And the thing is, the whole time I'm sitting here thinking, like, why did this remind me of a movie? And I was like, dang. And I was thinking, like, a couple months ago, I was like, dang, that book reminded me of a whole movie. Like, I seen the whole movie playing out in my brain from reading that book. And it just amazed me after I sat back and thought. Because I was like, dang, I don't even like that book like that. But when I sat back and thought about how that book reminded me, like, I seen a whole movie from the beginning to the end playing out in my head over a movie that I don't even think exists, was crazy. And I was like, wait, that was some good writing for her to make me feel like, dang, this was a movie I seen, but I was really like crazy. So when I realized that, I was like, I might even like her writing, like, cause it's no book that, well, I'm not, that's a lie. That was a lie. I was finna lie to y'all, and I don't want to do that. But that was like the very first book that I read that kind of put me into this aspect of like, dang, this reminded me of a movie. Like, I really, like, y'all, when I was reading this book, I was like, I was trying to figure out what movie this was, but I seen a whole movie playing out in my head while reading this book. I don't know if it really is a movie based on the book or not, or that I've seen, or I don't know, but that was some magical writing. If it's not a movie based off that book, that was some magical writing. And I was convinced that that was a good book after a couple months of me reading it. So that's why I like to sit on my stuff now before I speak, because y'all, I was just like, I don't like this book. But anyways, the new release that she's having come out is Happily Never After. And I wonder if this kind of is a plays off the Love Wager. Because, like I said, I haven't read that one yet. But I know when it first came out, a lot of people was talking about these people meeting at a wedding. And they make this love wager to go. Did I tell y'all the name of the book? Happily Never After? I don't even know if I told y'all that. But that's the name of the book. Happily Never After. If I did, then I'm going to tell you again. Happily Never After. By Lynn Painter. But like I was saying about Love Wager, I wonder if this like a second book to like a interconnecting standalone. Or is it, what you call it, interconnecting standalone if it's about the same couples? I don't know. But I wonder if it's about the couple that was in Love Wagers. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to get at. Now the next one is the ROM Commerce by Catherine Sinner. She wrote The Bodyguard, and I read that I want to say like 4 or 5 months ago, and I really enjoyed that book so much. Because I heard a lot of girlies talking about that book, and I was like, I want to read it. But for some reason, my books really don't sell it. Like, they sell anything else, but they don't have The Bodyguard in there. So I end up reading it off of, what did I read it off of? Libby. Yep, Libby. I read it off of Libby, and I really enjoyed it so much. I'm glad I actually went searching for it. I need to order the physical copy of it so that I can have it, but I also need to order another bookshelf. So yeah. The next one is Not in Love by Ellie Hazelwood. Now, what's crazy to me is a lot of people don't like it. I'm not gonna say it's crazy, because a lot of people don't like sciencey books or anything like that. But I was over on my book talk, and I was talking about something. I'm pretty sure it was about a book or something. And I think I mentioned something about Ellie Hazelwood, and this girl was like, she didn't like Ellie Hazelwood like that. But I'm not surprised, because, well, I'm surprised and I'm not surprised, because she does write about women in STEM. And Love on a Brain was a little bit too sciencey for me. Like, it was too sciencey for my brain to wrap around. But Love Hypothesis and Love Theoretically are like one of my favorite books by her. I started her little novella series, but they just wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't giving what I thought it was going to give. So I kind of just put that aside and didn't even finish reading that one. But Not in Love, I want to read that, because like I said, she does have good books. And the only book that I didn't like of hers was Love on the Brain and the novella. So, do novellas even count? Because I don't even know what the novella was supposed to be like novellaing about. Like, I don't know. So, yeah. Now, this one is the partner plot. I strictly want this book because the cover is pretty. The cover is pretty. It's pink, it's yellow, it's bright, it giving me summery vibes, and I strictly want this book because the cover is gorgeous. Now, mind you, half of these books I don't know nothing about, so I kind of just see them and add them to my list because I'm trying to, like I said, expand my authors that I read instead of just reading the basic Kennedy Ryan, Lauren Asher, Anna Hung, Riley Sager. Who else I read mostly of? Uh, Lucy Score. Who else I read? Sarah J. Maas. You know, I want to expand my authors because, babes, one thing about it, I want to, read more books about. Oh, she wrote The Neighbor Favor. That a lot of people was talking about that book, and I haven't read that one yet. I need to add that to a moving vlog because I heard a lot of good things about that as well. So I want to read that. I just noticed that she wrote The Neighbor Favor by looking at the end of the author of the. But anyways, the next one is The Rule Book by Sarah Adam. Now I kind of stumbled across her this year because a lot of people was talking about her. I know she wrote the cheat sheet, and I used to just walk past that book multiple, like every time I go in books a million, I kind of just walk past that book because I was like, is it gonna be good? Everybody says it's good, but it's gonna be good. And I'm glad I picked it up because then I ended up picking up the cheat sheet and When in Rome, and I read those two. I haven't read The Practice Made Perfect by her yet, but I will be getting around to it. They're fairly easy reads, so she quickly became a new favorite of mine this year. So me reading the rule book by her, I really want to. First of all, I'm gonna read the Practice Make Perfect before I read this one. So I'm gonna try to get to that before this one come out so that I can dive into this one so that I don't miss a beat, because for some reason I think all her books are like, well, no, I'm not gonna say that because the cheat sheet had nothing to do with When in Rome, or yeah, I know When in Rome and Practice Make Perfect is like interconnected standalones. Now the next one is King of Sloth by Anna Hung, and this is her King of Sin series. As y'all can see right here behind me, I have two King of Wraths, King of Pride and King of Greed, and I only read King of Wrath. And I got two copies of King of Wrath, man, because I wanted the ones with the color edge siding, and the first time I bought it from Books A Million, this one was just white. And I think I went to Walmart a couple days after buying that and seeing the red one and purple, and I was like, I want the one with the color. Why would I want a white one? Like, that's not pretty. So I ended up getting that. So King of Sloth. By the time this book come out, I should have been on read King of Pride and Greed by now, because a lot of people say King of Greed is like their favorite book in that series so far. So King of Sloth come out. Now, another author that I kind of stumbled upon this year that had me in a chokehold reading all of her books was Abby Jimenez, and she's coming out with a book called Just for the Summer. Now, I kind of stumbled across on her during the summertime, and I think, what was the name of her book? Yo, she wrote, hold on. She wrote Part of Your World, Truly Yours. I don't even know where it is. I know Part of Your World, Truly Yours, and there was another book of hers that I read and really enjoyed. Yeah, I have so many books everywhere around this house to the point that I don't even know where most of these books at. So if it's not here, it's in a little thing over there in the TV stand. But yeah, she's coming out with a book called Just for the Summer, and I know it's gonna be good. I know it's gonna be good. I know it. She's one of those authors now that anything she buy, I'm reading, because the ones I read from her, Chef Kiss. Chef Kiss. And another author that's coming out with a book, Emily Henry, Funny Story. Like, that's the name of the book, not like me saying it's a funny story. Like, I'm telling you, the name of the book is Funny Story. But she wrote a whole bunch of books that I'm absolutely obsessed with. Happy Place. What is it? Happy Place. People with Me on Vacation, Book Lovers, and Beach Read. She writes some good books. She's another one of those authors that whatever she writes, I'm buying because I am absolutely obsessed with her writing, and I love everything she writes because it's just chef kiss, chef kiss. The next book is Jennifer Lamborn, The Grandest Game. Y'all, I haven't even read The Brother Hawthorns by her because I honestly was terrified because, well, I am terrified because everybody who read that book so far, it was like they didn't like it and it wasn't what they expected. Now, when I first seen that she was releasing this book, I thought it was all for four brothers and not just Jameson and what is that boy name? What is his name? See, that's how you know I'm Team Jameson. Jameson and the other brother. I wanted all four, especially Xander. I wanted Alexander's point of view because I think besides Jameson, from with the girl, besides Jameson, Alexander was my favorite character. I'm still character in this book, in that series so far, because he's the most laid back, funny person ever. And I love Alexander. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if if we on the same page and we all like Alexander because I love Alexander. He was one of my favorite ones. So the grandest game is coming out, and I'm ready to read that because I want to see where they taking this. Because I think at the end of Final Gambit, she kind of I'm not gonna say nothing because but she kind of hinted at the grandest game, and I was like, wait, because everyone first, like, I think after that one, the Final Gambit release, everyone was like, that was going to be the last book in that series. And I was like, well, she probably come out with a book called The Grandest Game because, like, a statement the girl made in the book. But, yeah, The Grandest Game is coming out, and I cannot wait to get my hand on that one. I want to go ahead and read The Brothers Hawthorne because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Sarah Caroli said it kind of add some context to like give you something to look forward into in the grandest games in it somewhat. So I want to read that eventually. Eventually. Now, this one is like she's a new I don't know if the first book, The Nanny, was her debut novel or whatnot, but Lena Ferguson, she came out with another book. I think it's called The Fake Something, the fake play. I don't know. I see it in Target. I need to grab it because that's my go in there. I see it. And I'm like, I want to grab this book. But anyways, she wrote The Nanny. And if you don't know what The Nanny is, it is. Should I put it on the screen or do I have it somewhere I can reach? If I don't have it somewhere I can reach, we're gonna add it to the screen. Uh-oh. Not you looking drunk over there. And not my book being tipsy. Um, I don't have it at arm's reach right now, I don't think. No, I don't. But I put it on the screen. She wrote The Nanny and that book is spicy. It's spicy. And she's coming out with another one called The Game Changer this year. I don't know when the other, like I said, this is like a third book that I've seen. I'm gonna have to look into it, but I know The Nanny. I think The Nanny was her like her debut novel. Don't know, but it was good. I liked the book. It was good. It was spicy. It was about this nanny who, this girl who was a OnlyFans star, and she ended up becoming a nanny for one of her top fans on OnlyFans. But yeah, this one I'm thinking it's like a sports romance. I don't know for sure, but by the cover, it's giving sports. And another sports romance is right after it. It is Tessa Bailey. How you say it? OU, the affair. I don't know, but like I said, anything Tessa Bailey right, I usually gravitate towards because I'm still trying to search that thrill of It Happened One Summer. A lot of people didn't like that book. I actually enjoyed it. I love Brandon and Piper. I love Brandon and Piper, but I kind of gravitate any book she published. I kind of buy. So I want to read this one. I don't know what it's about. I think it's like a second book in another series that's on my list somewhere that I want to get. But first of all, we're gonna take a moment of silence for this next one, because this, like, girl, if you ever haven't read Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan, please do so, because this could be us. It's coming out, and I cannot wait. I think it come out on March the 5th. Like, besides the Sarah J. Maas book, this is like the only book release date that I know off the top of my head. And this one come out March the 5th, and I really cannot wait. The cover is gorgeous. The cover is so gorgeous. And I cannot wait to get my hand on this book. Oh my God, I can't wait to get my hands on this book. I absolutely ate up Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. So when this one come out, I'm going to be a new person. A whole new person. Now, the next read is Magnolia Park Into the Dark by Jesse Hastings. Now, I only read Magnolia Park so far, and Daisy Hates. I haven't read the other 2 books in that series yet. I didn't like Magnolia and BJ. Unpopular opinion. A lot of people like Magnolia and BJ. I just cannot get with. They grown ASS carrying on the way they was carrying on. And when I first read it, I think I have a reading blog stating this. Like, anytime I talk about this book, I always state that I thought these people was kids, like they was in high school or prep school or something. I honestly thought they was like in some type of prep school, boarding school situation. But no, they're grown. They're grown. And I was just like, why are we carrying on like this? Like, y'all are grown and carrying on like high schoolers. And it crazy, mind blowing. But a lot of people love the series, and I do want to continue the series because I love Daisy Hate series. I love Julian. I love Christians. I love Daisy. But Magnolia and BJ, they just don't do it for me. They just do not do it for me. And one thing that, no, I'm not even gonna say that because I don't want anyone jumping down my throat. But no, I'm gonna say it because I really don't care. But one thing that I kind of realized, I was telling my sister, even though she's not a reader, I was like, I feel like people like this book. The people that like this book are in healthy relationships. No, yeah, they're in healthy relationships. So they like reading about toxic relationships. And when you've been in a toxic relationship, I don't, I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand. Like, why would I want to read about something I lived through? In high school at that. So, yeah. But I love their found family. That's the thing that kept me going in that book, because I love the found family they had. I love watching them grow, but I just felt like Magnolia was too catty, and her and BJ just need to let it go. That's how I felt. But I do want to read this one. Like I said, I do want to continue the series. And the cover is cute a little bit. Well, you'll see it. It's cute. But the next one is Middle of the Night by Riley Stagger. Y'all, I'm going to talk about this man to the day I die. After reading The House Across the Lake by him, I've become obsessed. Obsessed. And I do not do thrillers. I don't do paranormal activities. I don't do anything of the sorts. But when I read this book, when I read A House Across the Lake by him, anything he come out with, I'm grabbing. I do not care. I don't want to talk about it. I don't care if you don't like it. I am going to read it and become obsessed with it, because Riley Sager, The House Across the Lake, is like my favorite thriller book. So, yeah. Then I was scrolling on, I think, TikTok or Instagram, and I came across the fact that they're releasing another Housemate book, and it's called The Housemate. It's Watching by Freeman Fadden. Now, I love The Housemate. I love The Housemaids. I love The Housemaid's Secret. I know I'm going to love The Housemaid that's Watching. Yeah. If you haven't read The Housemaid duology, now trilogy, you really should, because I'm obsessed. I love Millie. I love Millie. Like, I think this one is like Millie in the future, where her and some guy she's dating end up getting married and having kids, and they move into this suburb and trying to live their life and some crazy stuff is going on in the neighborhood. So I'm ready. I'm so ready for this book. I am on the edge of my seat. I love Millie. Millie is my favorite, and I when I finished reading the Housemate Secrets, I was like, I hope she come out with another book about Millie, because I love Millie. That's it. That's all. Now the next one is Wild Love by Elsie Silvers, y'all. I haven't finished her whole complete Chestnut Spring series. I only read Flawless and Heartless. I only read Flawless and Heartless. I need to start Powerless soon, and I do own the whole collection. I don't even know where it is. Oh, it's right behind me. Right, exactly right behind me. I want to finish reading that because she's coming out with this new series called The Wild Love. It's called Wild Love, and I love Elsa Silver's writing. I love her characters. I love her men. Ooh, I love Kate Eaton. Oh my god. That is bae. Kate Eaton is bae. Y'all, I have a ooh girl. Kate Eaton is bae. That's it. That's all. We ain't even gonna continue on about it because the single dad romance does it for me all the time, because the daddies be daddying in the single father romances. The things they be doing, the things they be saying, they're patient, they're compassionate, they're just y'all. Kate Eden. That's all. But yeah, so far I think that's all. I think those are all the books that I am anticipating a reading in 2024. Well, all so far until I go digging a little bit more. But trust me, I am going to be adding more books to this list because I'm forever looking for new releases to purchase. Like I said, I'm trying to expand my my authors that I read, and stop reading my top 10 favorite authors of all times, because one thing about me, when I get obsessed with an author writing, everything you write, I'm buying. Everything you say, I'm on the edge of my seat to listen. Like, I'm just that supportive of everybody that I love. So I want to expand my authors. So if you got any authors that you love that I may have not come across yet, I mean, y'all can see my bookshelves. But if you have any ones that you love and haven't came across yet, I haven't came across yet, comment down below. Let me know. Let's add to my forever growing TBR. But I'm gonna go ahead and end today's video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you give us a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all on next video.
I'm calling bullshit. Say you got it, but you ain't got nothing. Bad bitches don't say shit, they just hustle.